Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm ScrapMan, bringing you another episode of Scrap Mechanic, and we are taking our first look at the official release of Challenge Mode. You can see that the environment looks completely different than it did in the test branch, where we just had like the blue sky all around us. Now we actually have in a whole like Challenge Mode arena, like warehouse type thing. Like, check this stuff out. And it looks like even our level that we're on, I think, is supported by like a giant robotic arm thing, which is pretty cool. So what I've gone ahead and done is I've actually completed all of the really super basic challenges until I saw the first one that seemed like it required some type of unique creativity going on. And this is the first one that is actually like, I haven't seen anything like this before. I'm curious what kind of tools it's going to give us and what it's going to mean. But before we do this, let's go back to the main menu here. So the new challenge mode is located here. Obviously, you can see it. I've done 5 out of the 40 challenges so far. All of these were like super basic, as you can see by just the design of them. And now we're on number 6, which has this massive incline for some reason. So this is the first challenge that I see the big wheels as being a part of it, and there's a really like unique looking mechanism here, and I don't see the steering. It looks like this has rear wheel steering, and there are these giant wheels on the front, and there's 2 sets of them, which is kind of interesting. And I don't know why there's caution blocks right there. Oh, that must be where I'm supposed to put the okay, yeah, that's where I'm supposed to put the engine. Now, from what I can gather, this whiteboard usually has parts on it that I think are crucial for the challenge in particular. So this challenge is particularly reliant on the electric engine. So let's go in here, and all it gives us is an electric engine. So I guess I thought there was going to be more to this, but it's definitely one of the more interesting ones so far as the shape of the challenge. So I'm assuming that, wow, is this really going to be able to go up that incline? I guess I'm assuming that the electric engine is going to be enough. What we saw in the test branch was an example of 2 really basic challenges. And then the 3rd and 4th challenges were much further down in complexity. So right now we're kind of in the in-between from the basic and the super complex. And it also seems like, based off of the first 5 challenges, that the challenge mode is really kind of like almost a tutorial as well, starting off at the beginning on how to wire things, how to create turning in vehicles. And now this is showing us the benefits of an electric engine over the gas engines that all the first challenges start us off with. So I'm actually going to unhook that one. And I'm going to assume that we're going to be able to go up this with just these wheels here. Let's see if these have the pulling power. Oh, wow. I'm actually really impressed by that. That's a really steep hill for these wheels here. And there we go. All right, simple enough. Challenge completed. I probably could have gone a little bit faster, but let's get on to some better challenges. All right, so this is the first challenge I've encountered so far that does not have a vehicle to start off with. All right, so we got our box here. It looks like we got some big wheels, some small wheels, a button, an electric engine, a seat, 10 bearings, 50 wooden blocks, and we need to use big wheels and the electric engine. And are we still able to... Oh, I can't even get up here, but we can look at this to see our course. All right, so it's pretty much straight. Yeah, we just got to do similar to what we did before with the electric engine. So we're going to need weight in the front to keep ourselves from flipping back, and just keep the electric engine on the big wheels. Seem to have a lot of really good traction. So it kind of seems like this almost wants us to build something nearly identical to the last challenge. It's just we have to actually build it from scratch for the first time instead of just picking up from where they left us off. Wait, did I already use all of my blocks? Okay, so apparently this is 50 wooden blocks here. Here, let's take some of these back then. Oh, wow. Wow, 50 wooden blocks is not nearly as much as I expected it to be. So here, let's make sure we're a little bit more conservative in our block usage here. All right, so I'll do the same thing with this one by putting the 2 sets of big wheels in the front, because that seemed to work pretty well last time. We'll also put the electric engine way up in front too to keep the weight up there. And then we need our steering, so I guess I'll just put steering in the back from here. There we go. We can go ahead and hook up the steering, and then we can hook up the electric engine. And this actually gave us 2 electric engines for some reason, but I I don't think we're gonna need to. All right, I guess we could if we wanted to. You know, let's just do it anyway, because that way we can add some more electric engine power to the rear wheels, so we can give ourselves a little bit more pushing power here. And why is there a button? I do not know why there's a button, but there's not a button there on the wall, so I don't think we actually need it. So it seems kind of pointless to put the button in there. All right, let's go ahead and turn the engine power up. I'm gonna put it second from the top this time, and that is a decent amount of speed. Holy cow. Uh-oh. All right, we actually... All right, this didn't go too well on the first try, and we can actually press F5 to restart now, so it's kind of like a hotkey for restarting. All right, and you know what might help? It might help if I actually have all of my wheels rotating in the correct direction, because that seemed to be a big issue there. One of my wheels was going in the wrong direction. All right, this should be much straighter, much easier to control, and there we go. All right, turning isn't too bad either. Just keep on making our way over. We get a little bit of a decline here. Not too bad at all. And then it looks like we got another steep incline. Probably shouldn't be a problem. There we go. And challenge complete. So I'm really curious. I don't know how many challenges we're going to be able to complete in this video, but I'm curious at the skill ramp. Like, how quickly is it going to get harder and harder? All right, what do we got going on here? Oh, a jump. That seems fun. Here, let's just take a look, make sure that that's all we're dealing with. Yep, looks like we just got to do a jump here. So we got four wheels, gas engine, seat, 6 bearings. All right, this is plenty to work with. All right, so I really don't see, like, we don't really need to build that much other than a vehicle that can make this jump. So let's just go super basic here. You know what? I'm going to dare say I'm not even going to put steering on this thing. I'm going to trust this vehicle to go straight enough to just be able to go off the jump without the need for any steering. Now, the longer I make it, I think the easier it's going to be to keep it on a straight track. All right, so let's do that. Got another wheel there, and then we just hook up our engine. We'll just put the engine right there, and we can use the wheels themselves to help our trajectory in the air. And we'll give it 4-wheel drive as well. There we go. Let's put the engine. That should be okay. And now we just... Oh! Why do I do that? I always forget to hook up the engine at first. Well, there it goes. All right, let's do F5 should restart. Oh boy, this is going to be an issue, isn't it? This is probably going to be an issue. We got to catch our vehicle. And there we go. We got it. Wait, no. Oh no, when the seat goes through the line. There we go. Wow, we had to do that fast. Once the seat goes through the line, we can no longer use our lift. All right, remember to hook up the seat to the vehicle. And something tells me that that's a little bit too fast now, based off of the way that that was flipping around. All right, here we go. Just stay straight, please. Stay straight, please. Woo! Backflip and into the finish line. See, we didn't even need steering. All right, that works pretty well. 5 seconds, not too bad. All right, what is this challenge all about? What do we got here? Metal. Okay, metal is going to be the big thing with this one. We have to push a button, and then what? All right, so we push the button. I'm assuming that's going to lower the wall on the left-hand side, and then we just drive through. So that's all we got to do is just push the button. What do we got? 16 metal, 50 wood, some bearings, and our choice of what kind of wheels we actually want to use. So, of course, I'm going to go for the big wheels. All right, so now this one's definitely going to need some steering, so no more funny business. I'm going to use metal for the bottom of our vehicle. Actually, I'm just going to use metal completely, just a whole thing of metal for the base. We only have 16 anyway. And it looks like that is that's all of the metal that we have. So I'm just going to go with that, and it's going to weigh ourselves down because we need to have like an arm that's capable of pushing that block. We need to make sure that we're going to be able to handle the weight there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put our engine back here. All right, so now I'm going to have to put some steering on this one for sure. So we don't really have that many blocks to work. Whoops, we don't really have that many blocks to work with. So we are going to have to be conservative with what we place and where. All right, so front wheels are there. They should have steering. Let's go ahead and hook that up while we're at it. Let's also hook up the engine before we forget. And now we just need the rear wheels. All right, we put that there, and then we just need to be able to press the button. So I'm thinking that we should just be able to bring an arm out in front here. And is that going to be... That should be high enough, right? I think that's going to be high enough. All right, let's try it. We'll turn the engine up. Oh, we also got to attach the engine to the wheels. All right, we don't want to be too fast, though. I think this is suitable. And push. Oh, that's not what I expected to happen at all. I thought it was going to lower that left-hand side, but it actually moves the whole thing back. That's kind of cool. Whoop, almost flipped over there. All right, I like that. That was a fun one. 9 seconds. We could have done better, but let's get on to the next challenge. All right, ooh, suspension. Why do we need suspension? Ah, you see. I bet we could probably easily do this without suspension, but the purpose of this is to show you the use of suspension. So let's see, what do we got? We got some big suspension, small suspension, 20 metal blocks, 60 wooden blocks. We can use our choice of engine. I think electric is going to be better for this one, at least for stability. Gas would be better for speed if you want to really just go as fast as you possibly can. All right, so I'm going to use big wheels. We're going to use the big suspension. We don't need our paint tool or weld tool. And I'm going to go with an electric engine for this one because I feel like I'm going to be less likely to tip over using an electric engine. The power is just a little bit more consistent. All right, so for this, I also feel like you're going to want a low center of mass, which is why I'm putting the metal right below the seat like that. Oh, I actually have 4 more blocks I can use. There we go. So now all we have to really do is worry about creating some suspension. Now, the interesting thing with suspension is suspension takes a lot of space. So you got to remember, if you want your vehicle to be low to the ground and not just standing on some stilts because of the suspension, you got to make sure that you give yourself some wiggle room by putting the suspension up here. And you can also not attach a bearing directly to suspension. So if you want to be able to turn, you got to put another extra block, then you're turning, then a block, and then you can put your wheel. And this is already looking like it's not wide enough. So we're going to have to go out just a little bit more. There we go. So now we can put our suspension here. Put these blocks down. Get some steering on it. And this might, well, depending on how many bearings we have. Oh, no, I don't think we do not have enough bearings for 4-wheel steering. We're going to have to use just front wheel steering on this one. There we go. We can put our back suspension on, and these aren't going to need steering, but just to make it even, I'm just going to add an extra block down there so our wheels are on the same level. There we go. We'll have definitely, you want 4-wheel drive if you're going to be doing like rough terrain like this that requires suspension in the first place. There we go. And this should be sufficient once we attach the engine to the seat and give ourselves some speed here. Oh, that's too much. That's not enough. And that should be good. There we go. This will be nice and slow, nice and gentle, but also very easy. So we could just go straight here. We don't even have to worry about tipping over, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, look at that. Perfect. Perfect. Not bad at all. All right, and then this section should be no problem. Oh, these are all parts that we have in the game. Those are like the satellite dish pieces and then like the structure foundation base thing. And getting up here, no problem. Ooh, look at this. This is cool. Definitely put the suspension to work. I wonder what it'd be like doing that without suspension. But you know what? I care more about the next challenge. Let's go on to the next challenge. 34 seconds. Could definitely be better. But right now I'm just more... Whoops. More concerned about... What is... We gotta have thrusters, right? Oh yeah, there we go. We have a thruster. Okay, so let's look at the map on this. Look at that gap. We even have a backboard to hit off of. That's pretty cool. This is going to be a fun one. All right, let's see here. We got wheels. We got 2 thrusters. All right, so we just got to make ourselves a rocket sled. I'm not even going to... I'm going to do no steering on this one as well. I'm going to trust myself to create something that's going to fly stable enough to just go straight. All right, so now the big issue with this is going to be your center of mass versus your center of thrust. You want to make sure that your thrust is going to actually send you straight instead of just flipping you all around. So we're just going to make this really compact, really simple. There we go. Oh, you know what's interesting? We only have 4 bearings. We can't even put steering on this if we wanted to. At least if we're going to have 4 wheels. And then we just got to make sure that we put our thrusters in line with our vehicle. So this should be good enough, I think. I think that's relatively centered. I don't know. Let's hook the thrusters directly up to the seat here. We'll put them on max power because that's just... It'll be funny. All right, and there we go. And we completed it. All right, that wasn't bad at all. 4 seconds. 4.5 seconds. All right, next up, what challenge are we even on? Does it have the challenge number? All right, so the last one had thruster facing forward. This one has thruster facing up, and now I can see why. We have walls. So we have to use the thrusters as kind of like a jumper mechanism. So this gives us 2 thrusters as well. All right, so that means we have to hook up the thrusters to the actual button, and this gives us a gas engine, 4 basic wheels. Okay, I'm seeing what's happening here. All right, so for this, I am gonna actually give us some weight on the seat, and I'm just gonna kind of outline the bottom of the seat because when it comes to thrust, It's a lot easier to equalize thrust when you have more mass to work with, because basically the thrust makes less of an impact per variable of like thrust. Whereas if you're really, really light, the slight variation in thrust will make a much bigger impact. So we're just gonna use all of our weight like that. So I'm just gonna put the engine in the back there. Are we gonna need steering? I think this is just a straight shot. So I'm gonna try this without steering. It's given us enough to use steering, but I'm gonna attempt to do this without even using steering. So there we go. Only using 4 bearings here. So now we're just gonna make sure our thrust is gonna be even. And the way I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna put my thrust in line, because the front to back weight ratio is gonna be much harder to estimate where the center of mass is, because you got the engine, you got the seat. I don't know what the weight differences are, but my left to right symmetry is identical. So if I just put a thruster in the back like this, and a thruster in the front in the same way, then this should pretty much allow us to jump evenly. Now, the cool thing about this with the engine on the wheels is we can actually use our wheels to fine tune our tilt. So we don't have to worry about side to side tilt. We just got to worry about front to back tilt. All right, so let's do a quick test. All right, we definitely need some more out of the thrusters here, especially the front one. All right, maybe we can go even higher. I guess we'll go top notch with these. And then I can use my wheels to tilt myself like that. All right, we're good. Now all we have to do is hope that we can stay straight while we do this. All right, so let's give it a try. We're going straight. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're good. We're good. Okay, we're totally not straight anymore. Hold on, let's restart that. I did that wrong. All right, we're going straight. There we go. And nope, not quite. We can do this. I can see it happening. All right, here we go. We're going straight. Let's see if we can just do it in one shot. There we are. And there, we completed it. Not bad at all. We didn't really jump up the things the way that was intended, but that's what we get for thinking outside the box, I guess. 4 seconds, not bad. Arrows. Why do we need arrows? What? What is this? Okay, these. Let's look at the thing here. I actually don't know what this is. This is really... There's a giant wall at the end. Okay, and I don't understand. We don't even have arrows. There's a timer. Okay, so here's my prediction for this. Once we pass through here, these are sensors that are gonna trigger this right here, and we have to race against time. These arrows are gonna light up, and we have to beat them down to the end there, because they're gonna close a wall if we don't beat it. So this is basically a sprint. All right, so we do not have suspension. That means that we're gonna be really bouncy going so fast. This might be tough to stay straight on this, but definitely gonna use big wheels. Big wheels are a little bit more stable. All right, well, let's do this. I don't know what to expect. All right, so for this, I'm going to keep myself relatively low to the ground. There we go. See, we're going to be really low to the ground there, and I'm hoping that that's going to make us a little bit more stable as well, because it's a complete straight flat shot, so that shouldn't be an issue. All right, so I'm curious, do we really need to be so fast that we have to use the thrusters? Or perhaps can we just use the engine and get enough speed? So let's put our engine up decently high, and it looks like we're long enough and low enough to the ground that we're not going to flip over too hard. Steering works. Everything seems to work. All right, let's see if I was right about my prediction. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We're so close, though. Oh, we just made it through. That was epic. Did you see how close that was? Let's do a slow motion replay on that. I'm not going to be able to see it till I edit, but that was awesome. Here, I want to try that one again. Let's see how close. Can we do it close? Look at this. It's like we end up. We totally destroyed it that time. All right, let's see if we can do this again. Did I just get lucky that time? Like, whoa, what's wrong with my vehicle now? My vehicle doesn't want to stay straight anymore. It looks like I just got lucky with that first attempt. All right, there we go. Can we catch up? Can we catch up? Can we catch up? Oh, we didn't make it that time. So it looks like we just lucked out on that first try. We did it so close. I'm glad I made my vehicle so low to the ground, too. But yeah, I cannot stay straight anymore with this. All right, let's slap these thrusters on and see how fast can we actually make it go. All right, I'm just gonna go all max on all thrusters. Max power, we're going with W. All right, let's see if we could just rocket our way down there and go. Oh yeah, there it goes, get in there. Did I not? I don't think it worked. Well, now we get a good look at what, oh, never mind. All right, let's try that again. We were almost there. Oh, okay. Or you just go over the wall. You don't even have to worry about it. All right, well, that didn't really work out in our favor either. All right, come on. Ready? And go, go, go. Okay, I don't know why I'm going up in the air all of a sudden. We were fine the first time. All right, you know what? I'm just getting rid of my rear wheel drive because I feel like that's just tipping us over. There we go. Much better. Much better. And we finished it in 3.6 seconds. All right, well, that was an interesting one. Let's head on into the next challenge, see what we're going to have at our disposal. Looks like we have some ramps here. Looks like it's more thruster-based stuff. That is a huge jump. All right, so I think we're going to save this one as a starting point for the next episode. I don't know how many challenges we're going to be getting through each episode, but we got through a decent amount. Actually, what are we even on right now? Challenge 13. So we've done quite a few challenges out of 40. And don't forget that people are going to be able to make their own challenges. Like, modders can already do it. And I think they're going to release it to, like, you don't actually have to mod the game to make your own challenges. I think there's going to be, like, a challenge builder at some point. Don't quote me on that, though. I might be misremembering. So, yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the challenge series. I'm looking forward to seeing what other challenges are going to be coming ahead of us. And I'm really looking forward to when they're going to start be getting so complex that you can kind of come up with your own unique ways to do it that somebody else might not be doing the same thing. Because so far, I feel like everyone kind of has like the same, there's really only one efficient pathway to build your vehicle so far. But as they get more complex, there's going to be definitely different takes on it. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that future content. This has been ScrapMan, and I'll see you next time. Bye.